Hi, it's Sunday the 21st and we'll just have a look around the allotment and see what I'm up to. I decided to put some raised beds in this polytunnel. This is the original one, and I just thought that I'd try growing some veggies and see how they got on over winter. So I went to the garden centre this morning and they've got packets of seeds for 10p, so I thought why not. So some of them are seeds of Italy. Seeds, so I've got 3 rows of beetroot and then 3 rows of a baby beetroot. They should be ready in 10 weeks, so I'm hoping they'll at least do. Then I've got some basil, and then 3 rows of carrots, some broad beans, and then here some meteor peas. I've also put my my fig in here because it was looking a bit sad outside, so I've cut the bottom off the bucket and put it in the ground, and we'll see if it does anything. I've got a few grapes on my oh, there's a big bee up there. See him? A few grapes, but they're absolutely awful. Very sour. So maybe next year. So let's just have a walk round the beds and I'll show you what I've got growing over winter. My sprouts are doing alright. I mean, the tops look dreadful, but actually the sprouts, not blown or anything yet. But as I say, the tops are horrible, and it's not caterpillars, it seems to be tiny, tiny little snails. Yeah, but I'm sure the sprouts will be alright. Then I know some of you will think it's a terrible thing for me to do, but I buy, or I have bought, Rocket Gardens plants that you just can put straight in. Had a voucher for 40% off as a previous customer. I did the same last year, so for £18 I've got enough plants to fill most of my beds for the winter. So this is kale, red Russian, calabrese in here, and this is the last of my strawberry popcorn that has to dry on the plant. And then in here we've got is it rocket? Oh, mustard, frills mustard, spinach, spring onions, and cauliflower. I think that's a purple-headed one. That's my turnips in there that I planted from seed. Corn salad and some more turnips. That's a cabbage. And I can't remember what that is. I'll have to walk over. Oh, cauliflower. One thing I ought to show you as well is these little granules that I bought from the garden centre. They're just really like grit. As you know, I've got a constant problem with slugs, and this is the best thing I've tried yet. It appears to be anyway. This bed is going to be for my peas and beans. I'm just going to give it another couple of weeks for that. Pulled all my sweet corn out of here yesterday. They were the baby corn, baby pop I think they were called. No, baby something. And they were the ones that you use in stir fry, and they were lovely. This is my butter beans, and I'm just waiting for them to dry and then picking them off the plant. But as it seems we're getting quite late in the year now, I think I'm going to have to cut them down and dry them indoors. It's been a lovely plant. This bed hasn't done particularly well. I've still got some spinach in it. Still got leeks that just, well, they just look sad. So I think I'll have to try and do some flowers in this bed next year, because I think with it being under the tree, it's not the best place. So some more kale in this one, and broccoli over there. Then here is my Greek giganti beans, and I'll show you some of those that I've picked and dried. And this again has been a lovely lovely crop. The pods are just huge, and I want to dry these for stews and things over winter. Some nice chrysanthemums here. So I'm now down to just having chilies and peppers in my second polytunnel. The cucumbers and aubergines and everything else are finished. So I've got a mixture of, these are sweet peppers on here. I don't know if you remember, I bought for pence from Home Base a really sad looking chilli plant, and it's grown really well. It's called hot banana, and these are supposed to turn red, so we'll see how they go over the next few weeks. This is one of the ones I've grown from seed. Not much on there, but these are Ring of Fire, nice big chilies, and my Joe's Long. They're just on the turn as well, and they really are long. If you can tell. If I move back, oh, you probably can't because I'm useless at this videoing business. It's bigger than my hand anyway. And then that's a lovely sweet pepper plant called Marconi. Really tasty, long peppers. And then this is one that's turning red, so I'm really pleased about that. The other thing to show you in here is sweet potatoes, and I grew them in pots. I don't know if you can see how much growth it's got on it. It really is a long rambling plant. And I've got 3 of those, so it'll be interesting. Not really sure when I need to pick them, but when I do, I wonder if it's when the leaves die off. Be interesting if anyone's got any ideas when the best time is to do that. If you remember, I grew some carrots called Manchester table carrot, and hardly any of them came up at all. But I've noticed in the bath, in the cow bath, there's this one. I don't know if you can see, but it's absolutely ginormous. Not sure what it's going to be like underneath, but I should be picking that to eat this week. No real changes in the fruit cage. I've planted some bulbs actually amongst the plants, some flowering bulbs, so that come spring I can have some to pick and take into the house. I need to sort out my canes, raspberry canes there, they're awful. Strawberries at the back. My Christmas potatoes are doing really well, and flowering even. So these were the Charlotte ones. Things to show you in my dirty shed. A couple of squashes there drying out, and these are the Greek giganti beans that I've picked, and I've left them in here to dry. Hopefully there'll be lots more. A few butter beans in this bag as well. And then the product I was telling you about is this slug blocker granules, and they do seem to work. Let me just go outside and I'll show you what they're like. So it really is just, I mean, a gravel may even work exactly the same, but it does seem to stop them crawling over. So the earth matters from Westlands. It's a great deal of change in plot 2. We've just covered it over, and we'll get to it when we can. Still deciding what to do with the decking, whether to pull it out or cover it. Trying to get decking boards second hand seems quite difficult. They go for quite a decent price, and new it would just cost me hundreds of pounds to cover that. That's 5 metres by 2 metres. Seems a bit of a luxury when I could have, you know, that could be my whole potato area or something next year. Greenhouse is cleared out. Taking the tops off the trees today. Hopefully that will help with next year's fruit crop. Seem to be accumulating lots of stuff. So I've got plenty of pallets, and this is a garage door. Well, it's currently a garage door, but it's going to be a roof for a potting area. Well, I hope it is, if it all works out. So I'll leave you with a view of my flower border, still being enjoyed by plenty of bees, if you can see him there. I'm really pleased with this area. The cosmos have been absolutely gorgeous and not stopped flowering all year. So thanks for watching. Hope you all have a good time enjoying this Indian summer, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.